Hello guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I created this smoky eye, and if you are interested in learning how I created this look, stay tuned and don't forget to like and subscribe. So I started off with a nice fresh base, and I always start off with my eyebrows, so I am brushing up my eyebrow hairs just so that they're all kind of even and all upward. And I start outlining at the bottom of my eyes first, and then I go to the top, and then once I'm done that, I fill them all in with little hair-like motions, and at the start of my eyebrow I make kind of upward motion movements just so that the eyebrow looks as natural as it can. Okay, she started dancing. Alright. Okay, girl, go ahead with it. Hey, 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 hey. Yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Alright, we're done. Now I am just outlining my eyebrow just to clean up any mistakes that I've made, and I'm using the Nars Creamy Radiant Concealer. And once I'm done with the bottom, I go right on top as well, and then you just want to kind of blend that out nicely. And after everything is all blended out, I use the Nars Radiant Creamy Concealer on my eyelids just to create a base for the eyeshadow. I do have darker eyelids, so if you have darker eyelids or if you want your color to pop, I suggest using this step. And then I kind of just blend it out, make sure that it's all even around my eyelid. And then I usually just top it off with a little bit of setting powder just to make sure that it stays in place and my oily skin doesn't like rub off all the eyeshadow that I worked so hard for. Now I am going in with the Morphe James Charles palette, and I'm using this kind of burnt orange in my crease, and I'm just blending it out in kind of circular motions, I guess. This is my favorite palette. It has every single color that I need, and it's super, super pigmented. Oh my goodness, here we go again. Okay, but what really kills me is my face. Bro, what are you doing? Stop. Please, just stop. Now I'm going in with a dark brown color just to darken up the color a bit. I kind of am putting it in the corners of my eyes, not so much, well, I guess I start in the corner and then I kind of like blend inwards. Then I am adding the black shade just on my eyelid. You have to be really careful because when you mess up with a dark color, you're screwed for life. So I kind of just started in my lid and I brought the color upward by blending it out. And it was pretty tricky, but I believe in you guys. So I kind of went in with that other brush that I used with the brown shade, just to make sure that it's really, really blended out. And then I went in with the black shade again, just to darken the color up. And then again, I kind of just did the same thing and I blended it out as much as I could. And yeah, as you can see, I didn't want there to be any kind of harsh lines between the colors. I wanted it to kind of look like it was all one, if that makes sense. Now I am just adding some mascara to my eyelashes to prep for the falsies that we are about to add. Now I am prepping my skin for foundation and I'm adding my usual primer, Tarte Timeless Soothing Primer. Honestly, they should start paying me because of all this free advertisement. But I am also going to go in with the foundation, and I use Estee Lauder foundation, and I prefer using it with a brush instead of a beauty blender. I feel like you lose so much product with a beauty blender, so you just gotta blend it out a little bit more with a brush, but that is no problem. I also correct the darkness underneath my eyes with the color corrector, and this is the LA Pro color corrector. Now I am just going to cover up the color corrector with my Nars Concealer. And this concealer is pretty much the same exact skin tone as me. It's not really highlighting at all, but I do add it just to cover up the color corrector. So later on I'll go in with a lighter concealer because I do like that brighter look. But I mean, if you're okay with just more of a natural under eye, then you can just focus on this step and skip the other step. I add some of the concealer on my forehead and on my chin as well. And then we're just gonna go ahead and blend that out. And I like using a beauty blender for the small areas like underneath my eyes. It just makes sure that you get all the spots that you may miss with a brush. That's the only time I really enjoy using a beauty blender, but really it's just the mini one. The mini one is your best friend, honestly, especially if you have like any creasing or a nose like mine. It really helps. Now it is time for contouring. So I use the Sephora brand contour stick, and it's a few shades darker than my skin tone. I put it on my cheeks and my massive 7 head, and I will also put it on my nose. And I use like a small thin brush just so that I can be as accurate as I can. Then I am going to blend everything out, including my cheekbones, my forehead, my nose. Sometimes with the excess contour, I do kind of go over my jawline sometimes if I'm feeling a little risque. Then usually about now is when I go in with my lighter concealer, and this is LA Pro Concealer, and I will list the shade and color and stuff in the description bar. I add a little bit of concealer just underneath the contour, just because sometimes it does like spread down my cheek, and I want to make sure that it's, you know, not spread down my cheek. And now I'm just blending out my nose. So once everything is all blended out, I do add some contour powder to wherever I contoured, just to bring some of that contour color back into my face. Then I do add some translucent powder underneath my eye. This is the Fenty Beauty translucent powder in Honey. Now I wanted to make sure that my nose contour was super perfect, so I do add a little bit of that Nars Concealer on the tip of my nose and also on the bridge of my nose. Now for my favorite part is the lashes, and the lashes that I'm using today are from Mint Beauty in the style Flirty. Now I'm just going to go ahead and brush away some of that translucent powder. I added this beige shade from the Morphe palette on my brow bone. I also added that same beige shade on the bridge of my nose and the tip of my nose as well. Now I am going in with this highlighter stick underneath my my waterline here. And this is just to prep for the eyeshadow that we're going to add right about now. It really just makes the color pop more. So I'm going in with that same burnt orange color from the Morphe palette, and I'm kind of just putting it just kind of at the corner of my lower eyelid. And just to finish up the eye look, I am adding some mascara to my bottom lashes. Now for the lips, I am lining my lips with the MAC Chestnut liner, and yes, I do overline my lips. Weirdly enough, a lot of people have been asking me if I did lip fillers, and honestly I didn't, obviously, but I mean, I do overline my lips, so I don't know if that's the trick or not, but I am just coating it with some lip gloss now, and I did use like a nude shade there earlier, and I'm just kind of like trying to blend in the lip liner with my actual lip gloss slash lipstick. Then I clean up the lip liner with some concealer just underneath my lips here. Then I am adding some highlight to my nose, the eyebrow bone, and also to my cheekbones, and I am using the Fenty Beauty highlight in Hustler Baby. And last, we are using some all-nighter setting spray by Urban Decay, and I guess I added just a little bit more highlight. I fixed my hair, and this is pretty much the final look. I did a cute kind of half up, half down kind of style and straightened my hair, and here's the final look. So for my outfit, I have an American Apparel crop top with a maxi skirt from Forever 21. I matched it with my purple Kate Spade bag, and I just paired it with some Adidas trainers just to keep it a little casual. And we were off to my cousin's drive-by birthday.
Happy birthday! Hey! Hey!